All right, hello everybody. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day because we are going to be casting week 4 replays from the CTL. This week we are going to be doing Sonic Aftermath versus dLife. And as always, I am joined by Snoopy for the cast.
Hey yo, hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, so this was another exciting week for us. We came off of that win against against Jammet rather. That was a pretty big deal for us. I think that was a bit of an upset. I think a lot of people predicted us to lose that match. And we've got a good energy going into this. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I think we're got a good roster and we're firing in on all cylinders.
Yeah, like you said, that was a big win last week. If we didn't win last week, I think there would have been a really good chance we didn't make the playoffs as we were down 0-2 for the first 2 weeks. So yeah, we got the first win last week, and hopefully we get the win this week.
Yep, and so we're going to get right into these replays. For replay number 1, we have Druo versus Knightley. So yeah, getting into this game. Talked about this before, but Druho was a acquisition by us. There we go. We picked him up, recruited him a few weeks ago. He was posting in the CTL forum, and he joined our clan recently, looking for some competition in the CTL slot. And now he is playing in the 3.2K MMR and under slot, the new slot, and he has been tearing it up in that slot. He was 3-1 before this week, as this was week 5. No, this was week 4. I'm sorry. He was 2-1 before this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been playing like pretty much every week. We don't have a lot of players in that range, so he's been pretty solid or consistent with us.
Definitely. I was actually a little bit worried before the season how we were going to do in that slot, and he was just the perfect fit for us. So props to him. He's been practicing really hard. But anyhow, getting into this game, in the bottom corner of Redshift, we've got the Teal Protoss and Knightley.
And at the top left, we have our Red Zerg player representing Psionic Aftermath Academy. It is Juho. So basically, we're in week 4, and there's a total of 7 weeks. So we're pretty much over halfway done with the regular season. And I would say that we got to play most of the harder teams, during the first half of the season, and I think I'm expecting to be a bit easier going to the second half.
Yeah, our first week of opponents was Born Gosu, the previous champs, SE Swarm, and Jammet, which are the 3 strongest teams from our group, I think, definitely. And from now on, we will be playing teams. Ooh, looks like the stream. Oh, looks like the stream's dead.
Oh, it is. Oh,
It just froze. I don't think it killed, though. We'll see.
uh, yeah, a little bit laggy here.
Okay.
Didn't completely die, so that's the good thing. But
All right. So we'll just press on, and if it does get worse, we'll have to figure something out. But yeah, definitely, I think from now on we should have opponents that are uh, pretty comfortable against um, in terms of roster strength and what we'll be doing. And we'll be looking at those first 2 weeks to see what we can do. If we do have to play those teams again in the playoffs, it's very likely that we will be playing them all again. So that's something we will be looking at in the future. Now, Redshift, what do you think of this matchup PVZ on Redshift, Snoopy?
this map can be, I think, Zerg favored a little bit, just because there's that gold base that Zergs can definitely get their hands on or expand to, and you can't really send over like a stalker to deny it or a depth, because usually they will have link speed and they would just like kill it. So it's kind of, I think, easy for the Zerg to get that base. However, they do need to watch out for any air attacks or maybe even the Warp Prism drops. But besides that, I think it's relatively easy for the Zerg to get. Unfortunately, it looks like Juho decided not to get it. Actually, decided to get the outside base. Maybe decide to expand to the gold maybe later as a dirt. Oh, actually, as I just say that, he takes his dirt at the 12 o'clock position there. So not looking to take the gold here.
Hmm. That's interesting. I haven't seen a lot of players do that. And also, what's interesting is Knightley's pushing out here with a force of zealots. He nonstop produces zealots out of 2 gateways. He's got a stalker on the way as well. And looks like he might try to go in with the zealot harass and then expand behind this potentially. But these zealots are coming in. There's a queen and a few links up with speed, so he's got to be careful here. Now he's attacking. He's got about 4 zealots left. They're going to dive on the queen. But with speedlings, I think it's going to be hard to see. Well, we'll see how much they can get done. They might get a few drones, but another wave of speedlings pop, and they will clean them up just fine.
Yeah, it looks like he's get the surround on the Zealot, so he should be able to clean it, which he does. So this is nicely done by Druho. As remember, he's on 3 bases compared to the 1 base of the Protoss, and he defended the attacks with relatively not. I think he only got 3 worker kills.
Hmm.
So really well done there by Druho.
Yeah, and that was he delayed his expansion. Knightley did, and just threw away 600 minerals that quickly is a bit of a setback. And now he's building a depths out of 3 gates, so he went actually for a decent number of gates early. And maybe if he's trying to put some early aggression on, should have waited and then attacked with the adepts, possibly, is something you consider. But now he's transitioning out of the gateway force, and he's got a robo on the way.
This is really interesting. I mean, very peculiar build here by the Protoss player. Uh, and also he still hasn't gotten that second base yet, which is just pretty. Oh wait, no, actually, as I say that, I just looked that over and saw that he did get the base at the gold. So maybe that will help him actually at least get back into the game somewhat. But I think Druho, yeah, he's got roaches out already, so he's preparing for attack here.
And this attack could definitely do something. The shield batteries are going to be up, though, and if he gets an immortal out fast enough, then we'll see. But as it is, a lot of roaches against this force. Although I did see there's a cannon there, so it looks like Knightley most likely will have enough to defend this initial wave of roaches at least.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is gonna be pretty close because there's a lot of units streaming over, and there are gonna be Ravagers morphing. If he kind of shoots at the cannon, then he can weaken it. Although again, there's a shield battery, so we'll see how this goes. He's about to go in, and here we go. Cannon got taken down, and all that's left is a bunch of adepts, a few stalkers and sentries. Shield battery energy is already gone.
Mm. Yeah, that was a good attack by Drew. He's not committing too much. He just landed a good number of biles there, weakened up the forces, took out the cannon, and wasn't the best attack for Druho, but at least he's pulling back to keep his Ravager number alive. And as the game goes on, if he can get a pretty high Ravager count, that'll be pretty good for him.
Yeah, but he does need to maybe park some or send some roaches to the gold to at least maybe deny some mining. I think that would be really helpful for him. Oh, actually, we have a little sneaky Oracle by Knightley, which gets scouted by the Overlord, so he's aware of it. Spore color on the way, but it's not done yet. This Oracle can actually get some drone kills in the meantime. Ooh, actually decides to back off from there, get 1 drone kill, not the amount of drones you want to get with just with the Oracle, and oh, actually loses it.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal for Knightley to lose that. If you keep the Oracle alive, you can gain a lot of vision, possibly even use some stasis wards, and use that as scouting against the Zerg. And losing that's a bummer. He only got 1 drone, so that's a win definitely for Druho.
For sure. Now looks like Knightley gonna go ahead and try to move out, get some damage done with this force. Now this is a pretty scary force. There's a mortal void ray in there, sprinkled in. But Hydra's already out for Juho, so that can help him deal with the void ray. Oh, actually, half his army kind of engaging into the Zerg army here. So already, again, the engagement is going well for Juho here, and that forces him to move to at least back out and retreat for now.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to pause this. It looks like the stream is a little bit. Oops. Uh, can you pause replays? Do you know
Yeah, P.
how? Okay. Looks like the stream has been dropping. Um, Someone in the chat says that stream is dropping frames going into slideshow mode.
How many? Oh, do you want me to pause the replay, or
No, I
actually you already paused?
the
Oh, you paused it, right?
yeah, the pause replay is paused. I'm just trying to figure out if the stream. Yeah, it looks like it's just it keeps dying and going to
Oh, how
zero.
many bit rate are you streaming at?
3K, which normally is fine.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe someone is using your internet as well.
Um, yeah, let me just see. Okay, I'm gonna take just a 1 second break to see if I can unplug some devices and see if that makes it better.
All right. Yeah. Fen Werewolf said yeah, the stream has been dying the entire time. Sorry for the technical difficulties. As we wait for Gorgonath to attempt to fix the lag, we'll